So you're going to come into the center of your mat. Let's spread out through the toes, relax and release through your feet and your ankles. We're going to lift up all the toes and then place them down one at a time, tracing our way all the way through the outside of our foot, then around the edges of the foot, the heels, and then your arches. Just gently lift your arches and have this sort of slight grip on the mat. It's very, very subtle, but it's there. It helps stabilize you. Through the knees, let's keep them soft. Low legs, let's relax. Let's bend through knees, bring the hips in neutral. We're gonna lift through the rib cage, shoulders. Let's start by bringing the shoulders all the way around and down, and just keep that roll going through there. So at the end of this class, you're gonna feel probably lots looser, having released all your muscles. You're gonna feel longer, leaner, definitely more flexible. You're going to have worked through all of your joints to increase synovial fluid production to protect the joints themselves. That is the sound of something creaking in the music. That's not my joints. Let's make that a bit bigger. We're going to begin to bring in our elbows to that movement. Get those circling round. And make those circles as big or small as is right for you today. Everything that we're doing is totally adaptable to your own body. Let's go swimming down the river. Hands up to the top. Wow. We're going to stretch our hands upwards, crown of the head upwards, and then bring your feet closer to the ground. Can I say that? Aim for that connection with the ground, and the tailbone is coming down as well. And then we're going to release that there. And just allow everything to release out. Bring a bend to your knees. You could bob into that bend of knees. Just let your arms hang there, shoulders release, and your neck. As we take a deep breath in, we're going to bring our hands upwards. Let's repeat that again. We're going to hold it with the breath, sustain the breath, and then release it. And it's this gentle, slight forward fold there. Deep breath in, lift the hands upwards. Crown of the head to the sky, tailbone comes down, lengthen, make yourself as long as you can. Lengthen out through waist, belly, and back, and then release that. And from here, still with that sort of ragdoll position, we're going to just bring ourselves round towards one side and then round towards the other, twisting through your waist. As you bring yourself round towards the outside of your feet there. And you can allow your hips to sway one side and then the other with that as well. Now this time, carry on that movement, but keep your hips facing forwards. So you've got a deeper bend through your waist, that twist through waist there. And then let's bring that into center. You can place your hands down if that feels good for you. Keep that bend through your knees. And we're really just getting used to bringing extra blood flow to the brain. Relax through your head. Good. And we're gently going to unwind, unrolling one vertebrae at a time, back upwards, coming up through low back and mid back to your upper back and your head. Bring the hands up to the sky. Wow, take a wide stance now, and we're going to bring our hands all the way around, down towards your hips. Here, we're going to bring one hand over, and we're going to keep this fluid with gentle movement. Onto the other side now. Try not to collapse through your rib cage with that. Try and keep the rib cage in alignment with the rest of the spine. Keep the shoulders back, open through chest. Try the other side. And softly releasing for the waist. Doesn't that feel good? Wow. Let's do a couple more there. Nice. Let's bring that into center here. We're going to walk the feet in slightly. And we're going to bring one of those dynamic leg swings. So you can bring your hands onto your hips. Excuse me. Alternatively, you could hold on to a wall or the back of a chair. So we've got this lovely leg swing. You can make that faster if you want to. You make the movement bigger or smaller. It's really opening up, beginning to lengthen through the muscles of hips. Let's place that foot down. We're going to shift our weight to the other side. Take it across to the other side. Well done. So we're opening up the body and the brain to balance as well now. Whoops. Having said that. Let's bring it into center. You always tell when it's being recorded live, huh? Let's bring it up towards the sky. And then we're going to fold forward. So I'll let you choose whether you bring a bend to your knees or not. You're going to bring the tailbone to the sky. Crown of the head comes to the ground. If it's accessible to you, you can place your hands on the ground there. And just take a moment to breathe into that. And you're going to feel this deep stretch through the back of your legs. Absolutely no judgments here. As far forward as works for you today. Let's have the focus of each stretch, not being how far forward or deeply you can move into it, but with how much alignment. Let's relax your neck there. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, this time we're going to walk our way round towards one foot and we're going to suspend that stretch. So you're going to just anchor yourself round towards one side. Keep your hips facing forwards as best you can. So you're receiving this gorgeous opening stretch through one side of your body. And this really is a compound stretch. It stretches lots of muscles. Lots of muscle groups all at the same time. Take a deep breath here. As you breathe out, we're going to come through center. Take it to the other side. Keep the hips facing forwards there. Relax through your neck. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we're going to bring that back into center. And here, option to come down to the ground or to return unwinding to standing. You can come, if you're coming down, you can gently begin to lower your hips down while simultaneously lifting your head gradually. Take your time, whichever option you're choosing. If you're choosing to return to standing, bring your focus towards aligning through the whole body. If you are coming down towards the mat with your hips, then you can adjust your footing and use your arms to open out through the legs and really deeply release through the hips. You shouldn't feel any excess tension through your back. If you do, just ease yourself out gently or adjust your footing, perhaps taking the feet a little bit wider. So we're going to rest here just for a moment. You can bring this namaste through your hands. And with that, it's a nice opportunity to bring, perhaps if you have a gratitude practice, you could do that in there. Good, nice. Now take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, maybe you're standing already and you can gradually begin to join us down on the mat. And if you're in the squat position, just use your forearms to help lower you down towards the mat some more. We're going to rest on our hips. Make sure that your hips are directly in neutral. You're going to feel the hip bones press into the ground there. We've got this nice straight aligned back. Open up through your chest. Shoulders in this neutral position. Here, let's really begin to deeper open up through the hips now. This is going to be incredible. So we're going to bring our forearms onto, and our elbows onto our knees. In this exercise, this stretch, you're going to pivot through the hips with a straight, flat back. Bring your chest over the top of your toes. Imagine bringing it out sort of a foot in front of you or so. We're going to try a P&F stretch today, which you might not have done before. If you have, wow, you'll know how amazing it is. This is considered one of the most effective ways of stretching. So what it involves, at a later stage, I'll talk to you about all the science behind it, how you activate your Golgi apparatus and all sorts of fascinating words like that. For now, let me just tell you that what we're going to do is a regular stretch like we've done before, just literally bringing some excess pressure down. I'm going to talk you through it and then you can have a little shot. So we're going to bring this pressure, bringing the knees downwards. We're going to hold that, and then I'm going to let you know when is a good time to bring the next phase of this stretch. And the next phase of this stretch is to actually bring opposing forces. So as you press down with your arms, you're going to press upwards with your legs and literally activate the muscles that are our target muscles for this stretch. We're going to hold that for about roughly 15 seconds, and then we're going to release the reverse. So we're going to release the action of the legs and just let them relax whilst we continue to press down with our arms and our elbows. The effect of it is quite profound. Okay, let's give that a go if you're ready. So take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, relax through your legs. You're going to pivot through your hips as you bring your hands down. Rest your elbows on the inside of your leg. And then we're going to stretch forwards, leading our rib cage, our chest up and over the top of our feet. That's what you're aiming for there. So the legs are relaxed, hips are relaxed. You can use a little bit of your abdominals if you find that that's tricky to relax through those muscles. Maybe have a play around with that. So we're using that downwards pressure with the arms, with the elbows, and allow that to release through muscles of hips, inner thigh. It's a really, really gorgeous stretch by itself. Now, you can carry on with that stretch, or you can join me in this P&F stretch that we spoke about. And if you're joining me for that, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, you're going to actually, so you won't see much happening here as I do this, but so what we're going to do is contract through the muscles of legs and actually press against the arms. You're going to feel that contraction, nice strong contraction within there. We're going to hold that for about 15 seconds. So hold that there. Relax through your neck and keep it in alignment as much as possible. And we're still in this sort of pivoted position through our hips and leading with our chest. It's open and bright through the chest. Not long to go now. Hold that stretch there. Take a deep breath in. And now what we're going to do, as we breathe out our next outward breath, you're going to release the reverse tension of your legs. Difficult to describe in the morning. And so we're going to release through the legs and then continue on with the arms. You're going to actually notice something there. And you might find that instantly there's more space available to you in that stretch. And you're bringing the rib cage up and over the top of your feet. I think that might be the furthest I've ever gotten. It feels like that right now anyway. But let's not have that as the focus. Let's bring alignment through the spine. Make sure you're still resting up high on hip bones. And we're just now going to take a deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to gently begin to release any tension. So bringing yourself back gradually up into neutral position, unwinding through your back, and just allow gravity to continue on that stretch for you. Wow. Doesn't that feel amazing? Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we're going to lift up one knee, extend the leg away in front of us, bring the toes up towards you, sit up nice and high, bring the hands up above You're gonna angle your chest over the top of that leg. Deep breath, and as you breathe out, you're gonna come forwards. Again, bring the rib cage up and over the top of that leg. Coming all the way forwards, folding forwards. Bringing your chest down towards that leg. You can rest your hands down either side. Keep the toes coming in towards you, and that's what's gonna keep that nice and active. Give yourself permission to release any tension that no longer serves you any purpose. Nice deep breath here. As you breathe out, let's gradually come back into center. Wow, let's try that on the other side. So you're gonna bring your knee upwards, slide that leg forwards. On the other side, bring the knee up and then place it to the side. High up on hips. Let's bring our toes in towards us. Raise the hands upwards, lengthen through your spine, angle through your rib cage, and then we're gonna come forwards, folding forwards, bring the chest up and over. Keeping it active through the front of the leg. And resting hands down by sides. Give yourself that permission to release. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, let's gently return back into center. Wow, gorgeous stretches. And then we're gonna come round towards our mat. So you're gonna begin just to bring yourself down towards the mat, any way that works for you. I'm gonna roll down through my hips and each individual vertebrae, just to bring me down here. So with your legs out extended, we're gonna bring one knee up about 90 degrees through there. And then what you're gonna do is bring your hand on the other side to the outside of your leg. You're gonna bring that over. Your hips can leave the ground. And we're gonna begin to bring that all the way across to the other side. This hand we're gonna bring about 90 degrees to our body. You can bring the palm up towards the sky and can gaze over the top of that arm. So your leg is out towards one side and your arm is out towards the other. That's going to give you this gorgeous opening through long muscles of back, through your glute and through your outer thigh. And you can use that hand that's on the outside of your leg to apply some extra pressure. So as you take a deep breath in, breathing out again, see if there's a little pocket of space opens up there for you. Try and keep your shoulder on the mat, on the ground. Good, nice deep breath in here, well done. As we breathe out, we're gonna bring that all the way round. Hips return to the ground, and then slide that leg out in front. And when it gets there, you're gonna bring the toes in towards you to lengthen the back of the leg again. And then release that. On the other side, about 90 degrees through that leg. And then you're gonna bring your hand from the other side onto the outside of that leg. Start to move it over towards the side. The other arm, you're gonna bring out about 90 degrees to your body. And you can bring your gaze over the top of that hand. Try to keep your shoulder on the ground. And allowing that deep, lengthening twist through the spine, that spinal twist really opening up through long muscles of back. And you're gonna also feel through the glutes and outer thigh. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, you can gently release that and return the hips all the way round towards the mat. And then we're gonna slide that forwards. Let's place our hands down onto the mat now. We're going to place our feet about hip width or shoulder width, and we're going to lift up our hips. Bring your hips into neutral with the rest of your spine as you do that, and you're going to just engage through your glutes here and lengthen out through the front of your body. So use your thighs and your glutes there. Press your hands down into the mat. That's going to give you more leverage to open up through shoulders. We're just going to hold that for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Another deep breath. Well done. And beginning to release that down, you can come down one vertebrae at a time. Feel the vertebrae of your upper back connect with the mat. Mid back. Low back. The hips return. Relax through your arms and your legs. Here, we're going to slide one leg out in front. Bring the toes up towards your head. On the other side, we're going to grip on and cuddle that knee in towards us. You can circle around that leg. And so we did a stretch, bringing our leg over the top of our body and out to the other side. This time we're going to bring that leg wide, so keep your hips facing on to the ground, and you're going to just open up through the hip, bringing that leg out towards the same side of the body. So we're not crossing over the body now, we're opening wide out to the side. Hold that there for a moment. And then we're going to rotate all the way around towards the mat again. Bring the toes up towards your head and release that. On the other side, we're going to bring the knee up towards our chest. Give yourself a little hug there, hug the knee in. And then we're going to rotate around that circular motion. This is so good for your hips, but also releasing for your glutes as well. And we're going to hold that there. And then place your hand on the inside of your knee and bring the leg out to the other side. So we've opened that hip outwards. We've opened the knee out to the side. You're going to feel this deep release to inner thigh, to the hips themselves. You might find that you feel able to stretch further on one side of your body than the other. That's quite normal. And it's really, really good to have that observation if that is the case for you. And it maybe just means stretch a little bit more often into the other side of the body that doesn't feel quite so flexible. Let's bring that all the way around. Let's join the toes at the mat. We're going to bring those toes up towards our head. Release through there. Bring your hands up over the top of your head. And then you're going to bring your toes far away, stretch them away, bring your fingertips away, make yourself as long as possible, stretch out through the toes. And then here, you're going to bring the toes up towards you as you press your hands down onto your hips. Push your hips away from you. And release that. We're going to lengthen out again, bring the toes towards one side of the room and the fingers to the other. Lengthen through your spine as well. Release the breath. As you breathe in, bring your hands down towards your hips. Push your hips down towards your toes. Bringing the toes up towards your head. We're going to lengthen out. And one more time, let's bring the hands down to hips. Push the hips down towards your toes and your toes up towards your hips. Lengthen through spine. And then we're going to release that. And the hands all the way upwards, toes away from you. And here, Just coming down into a restful position there. And release and relax into that. Let the body absorb all of the benefits. Bring your chin towards your chest. Lengthen the back of the neck and then release that. We're going to bring our right hand or left hand out towards the side, 90 degrees. You're going to cross that hand over the top of your body. On the other side, you're going to use that hand to apply some pressure just above your elbow on your upper arm. You're going to feel that releasing through the back of your shoulder, perhaps down trapezius as well. Not trapezius, sorry, triceps. And then we're going to come and bring that arm all the way back over to the other side. Let's do that on the other side. So you're going to bring that hand out to the side, cross it over the top of your body. The other one, you're going to bring the hand to the upper arm just above your elbow. I'm trying not to brush the mic there. Release through the back of the shoulder. And slightly into triceps. I'm going to bring that all the way across to the other side. The other hand comes down by your side. Bring your hands down by your side. We're going to sweep a wave of relaxation now throughout our whole body. And with each breath, you'll feel more and more relaxed. And that gorgeous stretching will become part of your new way of being, your body absorbing all of the benefits. Sweeping up through your feet and your ankles. Sweeping relaxation up through low legs, into your knees. Sweeping up through upper legs and into your hips. Long muscles of back, waist, and belly. Relaxing through your upper arms and shoulders, elbows and forearms, wrists and hands, your neck and your head. Relax your whole body. And know that you have just increased your flexibility and boosted your well-being. Take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, on one side, your faraway side, you can lift through that foot and bring your hand over to the other side. You can use your foot to push off as you roll gently round onto your side, and use your hand to lift your upper half in towards center. Coming back towards a seated position. Have a little bit of a move, see how you feel. And there's just one more thing we're going to do. That's lift our hands up towards the sky. I'm going to just fold forwards, keep your hips on the ground. And you're releasing deeply through your back there and enjoying this connection to the ground. As you breathe in here, breathing out, we can gently begin to return up into center. Wow, that was lovely. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you can be informed of when the next video goes up. If you'd like to support the creation of these videos, remember you can head along to patreon.com/Little Egypt Studio, where you'll find a community of other enjoyers of these videos. See you soon. Bye.